5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The truth shall set you free. The truth shall set you free. The truth shall set you free. The truth shall set you
free. Y'all know what time it is, man. Hey, man, the truth is always going to set you free. You see the tie, you know where it is, man. You know what I'm ready to talk about, man. It is the playbook for flipping. We are going to talk about money on today, man. We're going to talk about money on some things I've been encountering and dealing with this real estate thing, man. Shout out to my realtors. Medina the realtor on social media. Medina Thompson. It's Hawkins. Shout out to Sierra the realtor. She got her own brokerage down here. Two people I near and dear got nothing but love for. Sierra Jackson Realty, exactly her company. I actually invested in that company to make sure that it is thriving. But I want to give y'all a bar that they don't want y'all to know. You really don't need no realtor. I'm going to tell you, if you do got to use a realtor, I'm going to tell you what to look for and what to tell them. But the way that is going, you're not going to need a realtor. And what I'm doing right now, I am trying to go straight to consumer. I want to go straight to the consumer. For me, flipping these houses, me not having to hire a realtor, and even if they hire a realtor, they got to pay their own realtor straight to consumer. And even if they don't have a realtor, in Georgia, there's a closing attorney. There's documents that we could write up with a closing attorney, have a contract between us, and we could say, because you got to think on certain houses, man, they cutting $20,000 on my money just for you to put my house up? No, I feel like that's crazy. You know what I mean? You talking about 6% of your money on average to go away. So we're gonna do some simple math. A lot of times it's at least $10,000. Let's just say I'm selling affordable housing, $250,000 minus 6%. That's $15,000 of my money going because they use the FMLS or the Georgia MLS. Man, they got Zillow, Realtor.com, and all these other sites where you as the consumer can go online, look. You can get directly in contact with me. I'll let you go see the house. You can look at it. You can still get your inspection done. What you're worried about is your rights. A realtor is not your lawyer, nor are they your inspector. So a realtor don't have any rights that they can tell. All they do is advise you and say, hey, this is what I think. Shout out to all my realtors, though. I know y'all think I'm hating on y'all. I'm really not, but they really not necessary in 2024. If you ask me my opinion, they're not. And I'm actually going to probably go be a realtor so I can get in the houses, because a lot of houses have realtor boxes on it. So you're saying you're speaking out of both sides of your neck? No, I'm keeping up with what's going on, but I'm going to help push this shit up out of here. I don't want realtors in my money. $15,000. If I sell a house for $250,000, that's $15,000. If you sell a house for what? Let's just double it. $500,000. That's $30,000 of your money for them to write up contracts. Especially on my end of selling the house, they got to call my realtor and be like, hey, is this house available? Yeah, go see it. Yeah, boom, boom, boom. Now, my realtor dope. Now, I ain't going to hold you. She know how to talk, finesse, do all that. But if I could talk to customers myself, man, y'all know my mouthpiece is amazing. They say it's a silver tongue. This bitch golden. You dig what I'm saying? I put it on you. You dig what I'm saying? Once I get a hold of you, you dig what I'm saying? Like, once I'm able to get in a conversation with you and you allow me to talk my talk to you, you allow me to converse with you, conversate with you, you allow me to tell you what I know, not what I think. Oh, I ain't worried about. I don't need no realtor. You dig what I'm saying? I don't need nobody to talk for me. I could talk for my daggone self. But since I do got to use a realtor, and my realtor is A1, I actually prepare her on, how we need to move about certain houses, whether it's affordable housing, a little bit above affordable housing, or expensive housing. However, we kind of had these powwows and meetings on a regular so that we know how to move in this market. I'm always about changing and shifting the market. I'm the one who pushed the envelope to make everybody be like, oh, he did that, I could do it too. So to give y'all a bar right now, I've been doing this though. I give out 2%. I'm not gonna say what I give my realtor, but I give your realtor 2% mainly. And the average is 3%. But you know what they do when they see on the listing that is 2%? They tell you, the customer, that's not a good house. And so let me tell you how to pick. Ask them what percentage are they getting paid off of this house, and are you sending me all the houses that's on the listing? A lot of times these realtors, if they not getting paid what they call their full commission, which is 3%, which in reality there is no such thing. You give people what you want off of your house. They're not showing y'all houses. So a lot of y'all missing houses and they misrepresenting, and you might say, I really want this house, and they try to talk you out of it. Ask them what percent they're getting paid off of this particular house. What is the seller paying? And that'll let you know the angle that they're coming at, of why they're trying to talk you out of this, because they're here to make money. I'm not knocking. They're here to make money. That's their job. So they're going to want to take you where the 3% is. They're not here to make sure that you just get the best house. They want you to get the best house and them to get the most money. They want it to be even. And in reality, it should be number one, you just get your best house. Regardless if they get paid 1%, 5.5%, 3%, 5%, whatever they're getting paid shouldn't stop them from recommending you the best house. But they're not recommending you the best house because they're not telling you what percentage they're getting. So that's one. Ding. Always ask, how much is the seller paying you on this property? 1%, 2%, or 3%, because that's usually the going rate. Boom. I'm gonna put a sidebar in here. But what I'm doing right now, even though I'm about to get y'all a play real quick, even though what I'm finna say is going to sound like it's both sides of my neck, but it's not. I'm actually giving out on one particular house 5%, another house 3.5%. You know why? I need to get these houses sold. I want to get them off the market quickly, so that I can reconvene and figure out how to do some technology that I can get straight to consumer and just cut these people completely out. So you say, you gonna give them? Yes, because you know what the realtors are doing? Because they know this industry is dying. They're not showing the houses that they should be showing, because niggas is like, oh yeah, 2%. So they're not showing you, the customer, the houses. So I'm going up. It's just like selling more product for a cheaper price, but a better product. So I'm going to give them more commission. They're going to convince you to buy this house. As they're filling my pockets up and I keep flipping these houses, I'm going to legally, financially figure out a way to come up with an app technology deal with somebody where we don't even have to deal with a realtor no more. We can cut the FMLS out and the Georgia MLS out. They just writing up contracts. The closing attorney can write a contract up. He's the real person that is needed for the legality of the house to close. They're doing the title search for you. So that's bar 2. The closing attorney is the real realtor. And what I mean by that is not that they're the ones showing you the house, because you could go do what your realtor do. You could pull some houses online and go look. But to legally make sure that you're okay, it's not your realtor that's making sure you're okay. It's the closing attorney, because the closing attorney is going to represent the loan officer. He always represents the loan officer, not the seller. He normally always represents the buyer if they're getting a loan. That's whose interest the closing attorney is in, because whoever's getting the house, the title has to be transferred into their name. That's what I'm gonna bring in here. Closing attorney, they got to make sure the water bill is clear. They got to make sure the taxes is clear. They got to make sure there ain't no liens on the house. They got to have title insurance. There's a lot of things they got to do to get this title, what we call cleared, to make sure that they can actually sell it and not get sued for selling a house that has liens on it and things of that nature. So you can come directly to me. We can go to the closing attorney, because all of y'all and anybody ever bought a house in Georgia, you went to a closing attorney to close on your house. Those people are the most important people of the deal. Yeah. Those are the ones who says, this is your payment monthly. This is how much that you got to pay in principal. This is how much is going to interest. This is how much you got in earnest money. This is da 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 da. And then he tells you what your realtor's commissions is on that HUD. You dig what I'm saying? So yes, shout out to all the beautiful. You know the number one catfishers, another sidebar. This is my show. I do what I want. The number one catfishers and who started catfishing was the motherfucking realtors. If you ever seen a realtor picture and then see these broads in person, you'd be like, where are you at? Where that picture ma'am? They invented catfishing. I used to be looking at pictures like, oh, I'm finna holler at shawty. I look like, oh, she cold. Hey, I want to see this house, and then see. I get there like, who? Oh, I just ain't done up today. You can never look like this, ma'am, in any done upness. Ma'am, do you see this? There's no way you can ever look like this in real life. How did you do this? Like, y'all gotta go way back in pictures. They been photoshopping, and realtors are the number one fan. So when you see that pretty girl in that picture, bro, as a realtor, they don't look like nothing like that in person. That's the number one catfishers. IG models look closer to themselves than realtors do in real life. I ain't lying to you, bro. You better off dealing with an IG model, which is a prostitute, if you're talking about looks, than dealing with one of these realtors, because they do not look like they pictures. This is my realtor, and nah. Anyhow, so 2 is the closing attorney is the most important legality person when it comes to closing these houses. And I told y'all to ask your realtor what percent they getting paid, or what percent is the seller paying the buyer's agent. 3, see if they got kids. See if they're a full-time realtor. So 3 is check their background. Do they have kids? And do they do real estate full-time? Meaning, do they have another job? And how long have they been doing real estate? And how many deals have they closed? That's the background. So number 3 is background checking. Ain't no way we can put these up. I need these people to see this. So your background, because if they got kids, they got downtime. They got time where they're not answering their phone. Call your realtor and see if she pick up for you. Have somebody else call your realtor. Have somebody else call your realtor and see if they pick up the phone, because that's going to let you know if they're picking up the phone for other agents. If they not picking up the phone, if they got kids in the background, oh, I got to take my kids here and care. I don't care nothing about that. I call my realtor, hey, look, she ain't got no babies. I don't even deal with realtors that got little bitty kids, you know what I mean, or can't handle it. Oh, I don't work after 6. Man, listen, you damn near around the clock dealing with me. And you go to bed when I go to bed. So you got to see how dedicated your realtor is about getting your deal closed, whether you buying a house or selling a house. How dedicated? What is their work life like? Are they a 9 to 5? Are they taking this like a regular job, or are they taking this as an entrepreneur and they're trying to build? If they not taking it like an entrepreneur, if they ain't getting up by 9 o'clock, if they not answering their phone from 9 to 8 at night, that ain't the realtor that you want. They need to be on it. You dig what I'm saying? From 9 to 8 at night is the hours my realtor's got to work. That's 11 hours. And sometimes she work 9 to 9, whatever it is. Like, we ain't cutting our phone off when it kind of getting this money on. Unless we got 10 M's. We grinding. You dig what I'm saying? I understand certain folk and what they do. Like, I know people who got regular jobs and they do real estate on the side. You don't want no part-time realtor. A part-time realtor ain't going to run your comps right. A part-time realtor is not going to put the effort in. They're going to mess up on contracts. They're not going to make deadlines. They don't know all of the verbiage that's supposed to be used. And they think the only way to do real estate is one way. See, anybody deal with me? No, I make up my own rules when it comes to real estate. Oh, you're not allowed. You can't tell me what I'm allowed to do with my house. And they know you keep playing with me, I'll list this mug myself. I'll put it on Zillow for sale by owner. Don't play with me. I'll stand out there and have somebody flipping a sign in the front yard every time somebody go by the body. Like, I'm really want to integrate a new way of buying houses straight from investors. Now, everybody don't want to list their house. Like realtors might still have a small space for people who are regular people who want to sell. I'm an investor. I don't really need nobody to list or sell my house for me if it wasn't for the FMLS. You dig what I'm saying? Like, if they got a site that we can go straight to consumer, that's what I would go on. But anyway, background checking your realtor is number 3. Do they do this full time? Do they got little bitty kids that they got to tend to? They got to go to football games and soccer games and they not answering their phone? Do they got their laptop with them all the time? Call them with somebody else's number and see if they pick up. Are they picking up their phone? Are they personable? You dig what I'm saying? Like, listen to how they talk. Like, it's plenty ways. How do they dress? How do they handle conflict? That's the biggest thing about being a realtor. I just had a realtor act funny because I didn't close on the deal. Sweetheart, every deal don't get closed on. I don't buy every house that I see. Like I tell anybody who brings me a house, it's probably had to be at least 10 people in the last 10 months that brought me a house that I'd have probably bought from. Every house I'm not buying. I don't care about these houses like that. What I care about is it profitable? Do the numbers make sense? I do what I want to do. If you take me on as a client, I'm just a different ball game. I do what I want. And the crazy thing is, me being an investor, I don't need a realtor to go find deals for me. Let me let y'all know, y'all are doing that to get money for yourselves, to put money in y'all. I know how to call, which I forgot is my little sister is a broker. I can have her make phone calls. I could get the number and call the realtors myself, which I always do. Hey, I'm a local investor. Hey. I give you X amount of dollars to make sure this go through. I ain't gonna give y'all my whole game because that's the playbook for flipping, to give y'all the little Jew of how you get these houses and what you tell these realtors so that you can get the houses, so that they can convince their sellers to sell me the house. There's things you can say, verbiage, words, legalities, that you can tell these people to put some more money in their pocket, so that they'll take your offer over somebody else's offer. Because why? At the end of the day, it's about the money. So I know how to talk to them. I've got plenty of deals by talking to people myself. I teach wholesaling. Basically, it's wholesaling. I'm instead of selling it to you, I keep it for myself. I go out, talk to these people, boom, 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 boom. What do you think I do for my students? Everybody who comes to my program, I find them a house and sell it to them. I do this on my own. I don't need nobody to go out and talk for me. But appreciate everybody who does. But we got to put things back in perspective, because since the lawsuit has came out against the realtor company of forcing everybody to do 3%, and that's now illegal. Oh yeah, they scrambling. I want to get the realtors totally out of here for the investors. I don't want to be paying nobody out of my pocket. Now, if I got to pay my realtor, that's cool. I shouldn't have to pay their realtor. They need to pay their realtor. That need to be a part of their loan. If they want that percentage, that should be a part of their loan that they pay. They shouldn't be making us pay. That should be the new terminology, the new way it goes as far as with these loans. The loan people should be paying the commission of the buyer. The seller shouldn't be paying his commission to his realtor and to the seller's realtor. Now, mind you, I keep my realtor. I don't mind paying them. I don't like paying other people's realtor. Gotta pay y'all for. You dig what I'm saying? That's like going to go buy a car. And I'm selling a car and I gotta pay the nigga, this nigga, and I gotta pay this. No, I ain't trying to do all that. But it's the way it is. But guess what? Listen to this, ladies. I'm accepting the way that it is. I'm not saying that's not fair. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do? It's the way it is. Not only am I going to play the game, I am going to start giving these realtors more money for my houses to sell faster. But with that money, I will figure a way to get rid of them and not have to pay this commission anymore. So it's okay. I'm going to allow you to pay me to get rid of you. Step 4. With knowing how to choose a realtor. What company are they with? What is the integrity of this company that they're with? Go look at their website and see who their boss is. Call the head office. Ask them, is it okay if we do 2% and see if they take your business? Because I told someone else that I know that is a realtor that's very close to me. Before I seen it on the billboard, I said, hey, this was like 2022, 2021. I'm like, hey, listen. Because I was selling crazy and buying and flipping crazy. I said, listen. Because this is when the interest rates was down, and I'm telling them other folk, like, that's when it was good. I'm telling them, man, tell them they get 1%, 2%, something like that. We was telling them crazy prices as far as what the other realtor was getting. Like, yo, you get 1 or 2%, whatever it is. And they was just having to, because that's the way the market was. But you still had people fighting and saying, no, I'm not doing it unless it's 3%. So I told this particular person who was fairly new into real estate, they had their license, let me see, 19, 20, 21, about 3 years, you know what I mean? 3 or 4 years. Man, it been 20. I said, listen, man, start calling around and telling people you're going to list their house for 1%. Oh, no, that ain't no money. You don't even do this full time. 1% of something is better than 0% of everything. Why wouldn't you get 1% of a $250,000 house, $500,000? All you're doing is listing it. You just got to take the phone calls. You're not even the one who got to ride around with the people. The buyer's agent is the hard work. Them the people who got to keep driving them to house to house to house, finding them houses, telling them it's good, running the comps. The listing agent puts the pictures online and accept phone calls. For 1%, you don't want to take phone calls? Now let's just do the math on that. Wow, and this person just texted me. I almost texted him something. What was I looking up? Oh, my calculator. 250,000 plus 1%. That's $2,500. Now, see, people don't do good math. So if you was to get 4 of them in 1 month, that's $10,000. So instead of trying to get 10,000, go ahead and get 4, bust it down. Because guess what? Now you got 4 more connections versus having that one person that paid you $10,000, and you, let's just say you did that 12 times. You made 120. You make the same 120, but instead of only knowing the 12 people, you got 4 times 12, and you know that many people, that many more connections, that many more avenues. You dig what I'm saying? So instead of 12 people you encounter in a year, you encounter 48. I guarantee within 48 people, they're going to send you some more business. That's the thinking and the logic behind it. You can make the same amount of money, but better connections, better networking. That 1% work. And that's the low end. Most houses is going for at least 250,000. That's 2,500 is the low end. So just imagine this. Let's do this. So you got somebody wanting to sell their house for 600,000, right? Minus 6%. That's $36,000. Now you come along. So the 6% meaning 3 and 3. So now you make it 4% instead of 6%. You save them 2% on the other side. So 600,000 minus 4% is 24,000. You saved them $12,000. Who do you think they're going to go with? You just saved them $12,000 by telling them you're going to list their house for 1%. So now let's do simple math and see how much you're coming away with. Minus 1%. You still make $6,000. You make $6,000 off of their house. Even if you're not your own broker, let's say it's 70-30, you still walking away with about $4,500. And I'm not going to say it's free money because you got to do contracts and paperwork and stuff like that. But you can get agents across seas for a few dollars an hour. Every time you get a contract, send it across seas. That's going to cost you a couple dollars. Like, man, I'm genius with this shit. Like the little shouters that I be dealing with that I be trying to put on game. Fried. Me and my little sister, though, I told her the other day, hey, you need some more money? Dude, ABC, I ain't even finna get y'all to play. It's another part of the playbook for flipping. Basically, I told her that, though. Go list this shit for 1%. You your own broker. You ain't even got to split the money with nobody. You go find all the for sales. Shout out to Justin. Go find all the folk who got their house for sale by owner and list it for 1%. What's it gonna hurt you? You your own broker. You ain't even got to split the money. Go get all the houses and list them for the low. Even if you did it for 0.5%. The thing is about building a business, building a brand. So many of y'all are looking at the top tier people and comparing yourself to the top. You ain't put the top tier work in. When I started my moving company, I found 2 men in the truck, which I consider to be the best movers. They was 125. I cut my prices in half. I was doing it for like, not only was I doing it for less than half, I was doing it for like $55 an hour. Then I went up to like $65 an hour. And eventually I worked my way up to $125 an hour. Eventually. After I proved and knew how to do everything and got the proper people. I didn't start off at $125 an hour. I started off at $55 an hour. The first move I ever done was with my little sister. It was a bedroom or bed frame or something simple, like little 5-6 items. Me and my little sister did it. $55 an hour, man, got paid $200 or something. Maybe in 4 hours, got paid $200. Cool. I wasn't looking at the money. I was looking at him like, all right, now tell somebody else about me. All right, cool. And that's working. Where was that flyer at? You dig what I'm saying? This is 09. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, your boy been in. Anyway. So those are the 4 ways of how you look for a realtor. These are the things that they're not telling you about realtors. These are the purpose of a realtor. They can't save you. They can only advise you. The only people that can save you is the closing attorney. And when you get a loan, whether it's a VA loan, FHA loan, or whatever kind of loan, you're not going to get screwed because you're going to have to get an inspection. And if there's certain things that come back on that inspection, you automatically have to get that fixed. Like I had an FHA loan, they're like, all right, that window, you got to fix that. A VA, all right, you got to fix that. All right, bet. So if you're like, hey, I need a realtor to tell me, no, you don't. Don't be lazy. You dig what I'm saying? You could get on Zillow. You could call me. Hey, I see that house. You can hit me up personally. You know what I'm finna start doing? I'm finna start letting my realtor list them and doing for sale by owner and see who can sell the house. Because as soon as they come to me, I'm cutting that commission out. Ask your realtor what percent they getting paid. See if your realtor is full-time or part-time. Ask your realtor what's the purpose of a closing attorney. Yeah. And are they part-time, full-time? Yeah, what they say now, what's the new young people word? It hit different when you know the truth, right? Yeah. When you know the truth, it's gonna hit different. But all of this is gonna be in the same breath. Love all my realtor friends. Salute. You like, damn, how you love me trying to cut me out, man? Listen, Uber cut out the cab company. Airbnb try to cut out the hotel company. Everybody's still around. You dig what I'm saying? I'm just trying to cut an industry out. Netflix cut out Blockbuster. I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm carving my way of cutting shit out. This is what it is. Eat or be eaten. It's business. I am eating you niggas out of the way. I am figuring a way to get y'all out of the way. What y'all better get on is this investor side and get on part of this coattail and this train. You dig what I'm saying? Because I see realtors really being a small thing once I can prove, or you can go on my site, you can go buy a house for me, and you will save money too. I can put some more money in your pocket at the closing table. Because instead of me paying that $12,000, I'll be like, all right, let me give you this 3, and I'm going to keep another 9 in my pocket because I had to pay 12. I'll give you an extra 3. You can take that with you home, do whatever you want to do with that. I'm going to keep 9 because all it is a contract. What you're considering is the contract. You need somebody to hold your hand and walk you through, man. That's for old folk, man. Our people who ain't got time. You got time. If you ain't got money, you got time. So take those stats, man, those 4 stats, man, and figure out how you choose you a realtor. Figure out what company that they in. Do the background on that company. Do your research on that person. They got to tell you how many houses they close. See what their experience is. Quit picking your friends. You dig what I'm saying? Just quit picking friends. That ain't gonna go well. Because once you figure it out that they didn't know something and da-da-da, I'm not saying you can't if you ready just to, chance it and roll the dice with them. But Sierra Jackson Realty, Medina the Realtor. If you're gonna pick a realtor and you gotta pick a realtor until I'm able to get rid of realtors, pick one of them if you in Georgia or Ohio. Hey, and this is the King, man. I'm signing off. Oh boy.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.